Rita, I want to ask you about Trump and this Twitter war that's going on, because you're on Twitter, I'm not. You're much more au fait with the pushing and shoving. Antifa, he wants to list them as a terrorist organisation. There's been more messages, not just on his own account, but the official White House account. Where is all this up to?
Well, Twitter's never been an even playing field. It's often acted like a publisher, which exerts editorial control on what you can see on their site. And if they want to be treated like a neutral platform, which is what they pretend to be, they can't act like a publisher. So that's what that executive order Trump signed was all about. And I think it's fair to say that he's been targeted with Twitter fact-checking some of his tweets about voter fraud and mail-in ballots. The fact-check itself needed to be fact-checked. It was a CNN fact-check, and it had all sorts of errors on it, and, you know, it was really opinion masquerading as a fact-check. And then they edited or put a warning on another tweet of his where he had a line, when the looting starts, the shooting starts, something like that. And when the White House's official account tweeted that out, they put a warning on that as well. And again, on Twitter, especially now, you are seeing verified accounts inciting violence, encouraging people to burn down buildings and burn down capitalism and beat up cops. And that's allowed on the platform, and yet they're censoring the president. So I think the fact that Twitter and big tech in general leans very much left, and Silicon Valley is very much left, and conservatives are discriminated against, shadow banned, suspended. You know, all these forms of censorship. This is something that has been debated for years, and there's been a lot of pressure on Trump from Republicans to do something about it, and I guess now he has.
This is the challenge, isn't it, Nick? You know, Rita's a conservative warrior. She takes them on Twitter. I'm a conservative, says I won't go anywhere near it. I think it's a poisoned, platform, and it's rotten to the core. I take myself out of the fight. She puts herself in the fight. Can you reform something like Twitter? Can we get an even-handed Twitter platform, or, you know, does the president not dignify it by even tweeting?
Well, I mean, you know, Rita makes some big claims about Twitter being some sort of, you know, left-leaning, left-supporting platform. The fact is, conservatives have done better than most when it comes to Twitter. I point to Rita Panahi as a shining example of that.
Please,
I mean, Rita has made a big name for herself in Australia off the back of Twitter. And let's not forget who the biggest person in the world is on Twitter. That would be one President Donald Trump. He's got 80 million followers, and he can communicate with them directly over the Twitter platform. But don't cry crocodile tears with me, Rita. Conservatives have profited massively off the back of Twitter.
I'd like an apology. I was a columnist on Australia's highest-selling newspaper before I started tweeting, and yet you're saying that I made my name off Twitter. I find that quite condescending and offensive, to be honest.
Rita, don't deny it. Don't deny it. You've done very well on Twitter.
I would say don't mansplain my own career to me.
Yeah, you could be Prime Minister off the back of Twitter, Rita. Don't you worry about that. Got to leave it there.
No,
Got to leave it there. I'm very pleased, we'll note too, Rita, aren't we, that Clementine Ford's given back her $20,000 to Melbourne City Council. We didn't hear Nick tell us that, but nonetheless, we're pleased to see that money's been returned to ratepayers, Nick. Thanks very much for your time tonight. Rita Panahi, Nick REECE.